so much. Thank you. So flying in the cockpit first, tell the people who you are, what you do, and where you from.
My name is Tara Montgomery. I'm from San Francisco, California. I was raised in Hunters Point. Went to school with you. um, I'm a chef of 15 years. I have a business called the West Coast Roux. I have a seasoning line. I have a couple of cookbooks, one physical copy and one that you can get on Amazon.com. I guess I'm a jack of all trades. I'm a sausage maker.
Okay.
And I also have a flavor olive oil line,
Okay.
and I make compound butters. And I'm a personal and private chef. And that's what my company does.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Man. Well, take us to the beginning. What even made you want to be a chef? When did you fall in love with being in the kitchen?
Early on, like, how back in the day we used to be having those book fairs at school. Get the little book fairs. I was always one that would get a cookbook, and I would bring it home and I would make it. And then growing up in Hunters Point, my mom would send me back to my family farm in Georgia. Got about 95 acres of land, and learning to cook out there with my grandmother. And then she ran her own little cooking restaurant there on the land that we lived on. So it was just in me. But when I first took my first step, like, to cooking on, like, business wise, like, it's funny, I had my own business first. I started this little company called Tara Southern Kitchen, and I would cater. But then I realized that when I needed to humble myself, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Excuse my language. I didn't know what I was doing. So I did shut it down, and I went back to work for 10 years for other people. And then I came back and I opened up the West Coast Roux after I got some skin in the game and learned the business and stuff.
That's interesting, because that's like real humbling to, like, because you already kind of had your start. You feel like you already knew what you was doing. So to kind of look in the mirror and be like, well, I need to go, study a little more and get up under somebody that know what they doing. Like, man, like what was that? What was the inspiration behind that? What made you just, like, man, like, I need to step outside of what I'm doing, or I don't know what I'm doing, or because I mean, you already had the business going.
Right. But this is the first mistake with a lot of business owners, is like they think it's sexy, okay? But you don't realize that there's so much work into entrepreneurship. There's so much money that you have to dump into it, and it's not just like going to go work for other people and you get to clock in and you get your check. Like, no, like, this just doesn't stop. But I realized that I was dumping a lot of money into something that I knew I could be doing this easier. Like, I was like, there's no way. But the first thing that really made me realize that was just like most Black women, we started selling plates out of our house, right? Like, we all got that plate service. This one lady asked me to do Black History Month at corporate post office, and man, that lady drove me crazy. Okay. But me being young, I was just 24 years old, and I was like, I'll take it, I'll do it, $400, that sounds like a lot of money to me, but I just jumped on it. And I did a couple more things like that, like for churches and stuff, Olivet Baptist Church, graduation parties and stuff. And just learning exactly how much stuff costs, how much you're going to charge people for your time, not breaking even, how to meal plan and stuff and what's really profitable. I realized that I just didn't have that. So you need to go back and go and figure this out. Otherwise, you're going to lose every time. So, yeah, that's what made me say, okay, you got to be humble, because I ain't got no money to lose.
So, like, I know it's a lot of ups and downs, with the food industry, and just, trying to get your name out there, and even, drawing customers in. So, with the West Coast Roux and the whole Southern, I just know that in some spaces, some people don't like it because it's too much and too this. How with you being in business, how did you kind of cater that and go around that and kind of still cater to the people and still keeping your stuff soul food and tasting good?
Well, one, it's my passion, and then I can say the humbleness in me made me go back and work for other people for 10 years before I came back and opened my business. Was being the fact that the experience allowed me to learn other cuisine and learn how to infuse it with other things that you would never even think of for Southern cuisine, like cooking with fresh herbs and the gardening part, and how everything being fresh, and making sausage like French style sauces, and adding it to Southern food and giving it a twist. And then when it comes down like to getting people interested, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a rare, really like rare black person where they say, "Oh, black people don't support me. They don't support black businesses and stuff." For me, white people don't really mess with me. They don't like they don't really mess with me. Not out here in California. So black folks really help me stay in business by wanting something that really tastes good, and knowing that everything that comes from me is fresh. Like you're not gonna get no canned yams, you're not gonna get no canned greens. You don't get garlic that's not fresh from me, like that minced up garlic that's in that vinegar water stuff. Like everything is fresh. So my people in quality.
Mm-hmm. Man, and I know your customers appreciate that for real.
Yeah, it's help. It's help with that. Just having the drive, behind putting out quality food. Mm-hmm.
So another question that I had is, would it being so much, competition and so much different things out there, tell us like a dream dish or something that you created that maybe you only created one time, or something that you trying to progress to, or that we don't want to take none of your secrets, but just something new and something interesting, because I feel like food is always progressing. I feel like I always see something new and something different. So just what kind of challenge are you challenging yourself, kind of for the future, with a dream dish or something that you haven't worked with before?
Um, the shipping compound butters, honestly, like I haven't really had a chance to give it to someone outside of my own customer base. That, and then I don't do a lot of Asian cuisine. Like I don't do a lot of that. Um, yeah, not a lot of Japanese cuisine. I would like to do more French, and I'm humble enough to say that I don't have a big palate, but it's pretty big. There's still some things that I haven't worked with, like the Asian, and not a whole lot of like French.
How because I hear you talking about the butter. How important is the butter when you cooking? How important is that in your food and your recipes? And for the
Butter just
butter to be
adds a
actually compounded, like you say.
Yeah, it just adds an extra flavor to it. Like a steak, it adds, like when I do my compound butter and put it inside of the like the boudin sausages and stuff like that. It just adds a heavier, savorier flavor to things that you wouldn't think that it does. Unfortunately, it is still an allergen. It's too heavy and make people sick and stuff like that. So you got to watch it. But I like really what it does to like steaks, and or I had dressing for Easter
Hmm.
yesterday. And people don't realize that the most important thing that you do put in a dressing is a whole lot of butter, like so it won't be dry, and it just adds this different type of salty, savory, heavy flavor to things that's really needed. People shy away from it because we're more health conscious, especially here in California, but it does its job. Don't be shy on it. Don't be shy.
Okay, so the another question I had was, with you being in the entrepreneur world, and you, like I said, you invest in money, you doing this. How important is it to have a partner by your side? Like, what would your advice be? Would your advice be to kind of, be independent and kind of do it because you got to focus on this and focus on that? Or is it helpful to have a companion, a partner by your side that's kind of helping you with your mistakes and giving you that confidence that you need?
Yes, it is. It is. You definitely need someone who is loyal, and better thing that y'all are friends,
Hmm.
and y'all can, work through things. And I'm telling you, like, if you had, like, my husband, he was a banker for 20 years. He just got out of banking business. Now, remember, the first thing I said was it was the financial thing that I was running into. And he was the one that was like, shh, nuh-uh. You gonna have to get this together because I'm not dumping nothing else in it because he a numbers dude and I'm not. I'm more about the creativity.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always good to have a partner to help balance out the entrepreneurship
Mm-hmm.
and be married into with each other in this business though, you know, and be passionate about, like, I ain't gonna lie, he's not really passionate about it. He's more about, you know, consuming and eating what I cook. He don't care,
Mm-hmm.
but like the numbers, definitely it's good to come together
And it
because you
and
need
it
one
helped
person.
and it helped those bumps in the road. I mean, because you know you
Definitely. To point
yeah.
out some mistakes, especially when you're more about passion and you know that you're not about the business too much, you know. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you need somebody that's about that numbers and the paperwork.
Okay. Yeah. I
You
mean, okay.
you will spend all the money. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay, okay. So the last question I had is you know, tell us about, you know, the future of West Coast Roux, and what do you want people to know when they take a bite of your food, or they have a conversation with you, or they meet you and they shake your hand? What do you want the people to know about you and your food?
Well, you know what? I've been in this business a long time and it all comes from my heart. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's a hard business to stay in and stay passionate because, you know, you get a lot of people coming in and throw a whole lot of salt in it. You know, you always get somebody coming in this business who just got a lot of money to start a food business, but they have zero passion, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
when they think about my business, the West Coast Route, it's all love, it's all my passion. You know, I came in with my first business and was humble enough just to learn so I can give you guys something good.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna get passion, flavor, creativity, and somebody who's really, really dedicated into giving you something quality. Because I don't feed anybody nothing that I wouldn't eat.
So every time somebody purchases a meal, they getting a personal
Yes, and
gift
when you
direct
read my little
a
books and
personal
my
gift directly
seasoning,
from you.
yeah. You know, I often give out, you know, I'm gonna send you a seasoning though. I'm
Okay.
gonna send you a seasoning and some bread, so I gotta get your info. But I
Okay. Okay.
often give out like my seasoning blends and things like that. Just so you know, of course, you get your first try for free and then you come back and get it
Okay.
and pay though. But you'll see like the passion behind it though.
Hmm.
That's where I'm at with it.
Well, man, we appreciate you coming in here. Give the people your info, or what you got coming up, because I did see that, you know, you are super diverse. I seen you did the LBGT event, and man, so obviously your food is universal. So tell the people how they can get at you, and you know, things that you got coming up. And I think you said you got a couple of seasonings coming and some new stuff. So tell the people about that and how they could contact you.
So ooh, I'm sorry, the wind is blowing out here. So you can go on to my YouTube page, which is Tara Montgomery, and then also my website, thewestcoastrue.net, and then on here, the West Coast Rue. What else? TikTok, the West Coast Rue. Facebook, the West Coast Rue. And then what else? For my seasoning lines, you can find my seasoning lines and my seasonings and my cookbooks on the westcoastrue.net. Everything you can only really get it there, but you can get my online cookbook on Amazon.
Okay.
And then I have the oils, and I got the compound butters, and I make sausages custom made every Tuesday, and you can get them from me.
I seen that. I will be purchasing my sausages too. I seen that. Them was the way you made those was
Oh,
crazy.
Montrese. Hi, Montrese. Yeah. Long way from GRD. I'm sorry. I'm all in your comment thing.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Man, you got
Yeah.
to mingle with
Montrese
your
was at the
fans, man. They see you. They see you.
yeah, she was at the at the thing we did a couple Sundays ago. That's where I served the jerk lamb chops and
Mm,
it was a jerk lamb chops, portobello mushroom, and rasta
mm,
pasta.
mm. Okay. Say that. Say
Yeah,
that.
but you know,
Man.
and anything that you know anybody wants to check out, you can definitely just like look at my page below. And then I'm always updating on my website like brunches, and I do a pretty cool deal where was it 5 people for 400, so that you get country sauces, bacon, eggs, fried chicken, crab cakes, fruit, cheese platter, champagne and mimosa, donuts, and waffles. So you get all that for that price.
And that's
And I
like a
have
brunch. That's like a brunch thing.
it's a brunch brought right to you in your house.